All right, welcome to our call tonight, guys. It is 2020, which is mind-blowing to think we just powered through 2019. I think that was like the fastest year ever, but I'm happy it's over and we have a clean slate to set some amazing goals and visions for our life, and that is what we're going to do on this call. Lots of exciting things. If you were on the Diesel Nation call last night or if you missed it, you must watch it. So after you get off this call, go watch it or watch it tomorrow during that time or driving or whatever. It was phenomenal. So I'm not going to really go over announcements and like programs and what's new and all that because it's already out there. We want to dive into our call. Plus, we have a new recognition for you that I put together today that I am really excited to share because I think that this is a missing link for a lot of us. And if we could be recognized for it, if we could, get more recognition, maybe a gift for it, it'll be more incentive to push and to drive for it. So I am going to show you, we need like a drum roll. Let's see. Well, now my share thing, I updated this whole computer and I cannot see my desktop for anything. That's not how I wanted this to go. Okay, so this isn't working. Wait, hold on one second, guys, sorry. And then my security and privacy, just have to update it. No, it's gonna make me quit. Okay, I'm just gonna explain it to you and I'll post the image in Diesel or our team page. So basically, our recognition system is going to be sponsor 3 coaches a month, and you are going to be gifted. Maybe I could get it on my phone because I really wanted to show you this beautiful image. Yes, thank you, Des. Screen share for us. Perfect. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Can you see it?
No, I can't.
Oh, weird.
There we go. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. You are a saint. Something just happened. Okay. So 3 coaches a month or more, you are going to be gifted one of these gifts. So January, I picked this gift, Rise and Grind Shaker Cup. Cute, awesome. February, Rise and Shine tank top. And then March, one of these cute journaling notebooks, which I have that Beachbody gifted us a long time ago, which I love. It's like a notebook I bring with me to every event, and it's just special. All my great notes from every keynote speaker I have heard, and I always go back to it and reread amazing notes. So the reason for this is we get gifts from Beachbody for hitting Success Club, right? For helping 3+ people a month, we get a gift. So why not do something different with sponsoring coaches, and growing our team? Because if you guys are here and we're going to craft a vision, right? A big vision for our business for this year. And then even, in the next 2 to 3 years and then 10 years, you want to not only help people, but you want to grow your team and your income, right? And so that's the goal here. We want to push you, right? We want to work hard for it. We want to hustle for it, and we want to grow. And so that's the point of this, is we want to grow our teams. So sponsor 3 coaches a month, and I'm going to be gifting everyone in my entire downline, whoever does this, whether you're my PS coach or not, one of these gifts every month. So you're going to be seeing it on the leaderboards every single month, the recognition for it, and we're just going to blow it up. And so we'll have team calls and little power hours on, just really diving into the details and how you sponsor coaches. What do you say? How do you craft posts? Inviting to the sneak peek. So plug into all of these things, okay? Also, we're getting more consistent with every Tuesday night, not just once a month. We're doing a power hour together as a team. We're going to be answering questions. We're going to be sharing what's working, what's not working, and just getting excited together as a team, building the community and the camaraderie. If you don't show up, you don't get to be a part of that. So show up every Tuesday night. I know I committed to them and our leaders did as well. So we are going to dive into our call. Those are our 2 announcements that I wanted to share. Are you guys excited? Who wants to sponsor some coaches? Yes. Okay. So vision is what we're going to be talking about. I'm actually opening the call with some motivation for you. It's actually crazy that I came across this YouTube video. I was watching Stephen Burdick and I love him. He just fires me up. And then I also came across one on his YouTube with JD, is it JD Jakes or TD Jakes? I always get that twisted. And it is life-changing. It is, well, if I can't screen share that, I can't show you. We're gonna have to skip that, but it is, I'm gonna share the video with you after. It's called How to Build Your Vision from the Ground Up with TD Jakes, and it's incredible. You have to go and watch this, and you have to hear his wisdom and knowledge on the video. It is 1 hour and 44 minutes. I know that sounds insane, but I sat there and listened to the entire thing, and I was gonna share with you a couple things he said for a couple minutes, and it was phenomenal. So can't do that. So let me just try one more. Oh, I see it. Maybe it updated as I was doing this. Can you see YouTube? Someone? Yes? Okay. Thank you, Jesus. Okay, so here it goes. He is phenomenal. It's funny because Becky mentioned him last night on the call saying that she listens to him, and I've never heard him really speak. And so I'm blown away by him. I ordered his book, Soar, and he's going to dive into it a little bit, but it's just phenomenal. So the 2 books that I'm really committed to this month, one of my goals is listen to 2 audios, books a month. And this is going to be mine with Your Plan, B is your A game or something like that. So here we go. Let me first make sure this is on the right, I think it's 1:15. Yeah, 1:15, okay.
Soaring and success. Success for you might be raising 2 great kids. Success for you might be opening up a spa. Success for you might.
This event is for people that want to get into real estate.
It wasn't just, here's how to flip a house. It's here's how to have a success.
Might be opening up a home fund with mothers, or it might be a corporate office on Wall Street. If you don't freeze your tail off, you won't be able to withstand what success costs. You have to freeze your tail off. And I can tell that a lot of people are not ready. See, when I first started writing this book, I thought I was writing that entrepreneurship was about a business and a company and an address and a location and getting a building or a facility or starting an E-Corp from your laptop or something like that. But when I got to writing it, while I was writing it, not when I started, while I was writing, I realized it was a mindset. It's a mindset. It's the way you think about things. It's taking control of your destiny. See, if I come to work for you, and I would, if I come and work for you, you would. Oh yeah, I come teach you Sunday school. Yeah, let you have the problems I teach you. You can decide what you're going to pay me as an employer to an employee, but you can't decide how much I'm going to make. We have turned our income over into the hands of somebody who has no vision for our needs. Okay. You can pay me whatever you think the job is worth, but you can't pay me what I'm worth. You can't afford me. So I can have all of these multiple streams of income to subsidize your limitations, right? Because if I have an entrepreneurial spirit, I am not limited like an eaglet to waiting for the mother bird to drop food in my mouth. Being an entrepreneur means that I have lifted up into the air and found my own wings.
You know, I'm so glad you said that, because I don't think you're talking about claiming our rights as much as taking responsibility for our own lives.
Absolutely.
It's a different mindset.
Absolutely. You know what's funny? You know what's funny about this conversation? This is exactly how we talk on the phone. Most of the time it's text.
All right, one more.
There's somebody watching on the campus or streaming or sitting in the balcony or sitting out here in front of me right now. You got a dream. You got a vision. I won't lie to you, it's gonna cost you everything. You're gonna hurt in places you didn't know you could hurt, and you'll have 1,000 chances to give up, but don't do it. Keep on moving. I tried to leave some tips about who you need around you so that you can pick your associates more carefully, because it does have something to do with your success. I tried to speak to your need to have a rhythm so that you cannot lounge around here and let this moment pass you by. You are not as young as you think you are. You don't have as long as you think you have. It takes longer to settle something big than you think. You're thinking in days, I'm talking in decades. You don't have many. If you don't do it now, you'll never do it. Because you may not ever see that cycle come back again. The only reason Saul wanted to kill David is that he was mad because he missed his turn. Touch everybody you can reach and tell them, do not miss your turn.
Was that good? That was good, right? It spoke to me. If you watched the whole thing, you'd be like, your mind would be blown. So anyways, I just thought that'd be a great start to vision, because if not now, then when? You know, like, life is short. We don't want to miss our turn. And I know this business is here in front of us. So why not take advantage of it? God put it in our path for a reason. Life is so precious. This gift of the business is so precious in my eyes for what it did to me. And so we need to craft our vision for it, because if not, I think you're wasting time. You know, like, I've been on this journey for 7 years. I crafted a vision in the beginning of it. And, you know, everything that I crafted, some things didn't come to fruition, you know, like maybe a rank, or, you know, maybe dropping rank, or, you know, maybe a little goal of someone dropping, I don't know, like small things. But I look back before this call, it just came to me. God made everything come true, what he wanted to come true. That was important. That was maybe, you know, on my heart, a heart's desire that was meaningful, not necessarily like an outer thing. So think about that. Crafting your vision, because a lot can happen. Maybe not everything is going to happen, but the things that need to happen and that are important are going to happen. So I hope you have your papers in front of you. I got to work and did all of this today. And I mean, I put a lot of thought and heart into it. We are going to, if you didn't print out your paper, you could easily just write this down. It's really simple. The first step is you are going to fill out these boxes, okay? Your travel, your career, education, yourself, your things, your money, self, and more things. It says the same stuff. But these 6 boxes, I think it repeats itself, or maybe I printed it twice. No, okay. So you're going to write down at the top of your head just everything you could think of that you want to achieve this year in 2020, okay? whether you think you can or you're not, or you're not going to, or whatever, just write it down. Don't let fear hold you back. Don't let anything hold you back. Okay, I want you to think positively, with this, and just think big. I want you to open your whole heart to the possibilities of what you can achieve, what God can achieve through you with this business. And I just want you to just start writing right now. Okay, everything that comes to your head. And I will give you examples if you don't have your paper in front of you, what the boxes could look like. And maybe I'll share some of my relationships. I'm giving the examples that she gave in this assignment. I want to improve my relationship with my parents. I want to have a closer relationship with my kids. I want to improve my relationship with my partner, more intimacy, better communication, more teamwork, money. I want 5,000 to take my kids to Disneyland. I want to help others by donating a portion of my income and time. I want to have a bank account. So relationships, money, travel, career / education, self, and things. Those are the topics. If I did, mention it slowly. I want to have a bank account that just keeps replenishing itself every time I take something out. Like, these are some really good examples. Travel. I want to travel around the world with my kids. I want to go on a cruise to Alaska. I want to take my kids to Disneyland. Self. I want to lose weight or gain weight. I want to go for a pedicure every month. I want to hire a housekeeper. That is a great one. Career education. I want a promotion within my company. I don't want to go to work anymore. I want to stay home and raise my kids. I want to start my own business. Things. I want a downtown high-rise condo. I want an expensive sports car. I want a new computer. Some good ones. So I'll give you a couple minutes to really think about this and fill in these boxes. This is really important. So I'll share some of mine as you guys are writing. I want to do weekly Bible studies as a family for relationships. No phone from 3 to 8 p.m. 2 date nights a month. I want to have a date for myself, and then I think that'd be awesome if Justin did as well, but a date with each of my girls once a month. Read and grow together with Justin. So these are very close and near and dear to my heart. Travel, I put all the travels that we're going to do this whole year. Career education, Beachbody, solidify ranks. I want 2 solid new leaders on my team, 40 new coaches to help, Success Club every month, 5 new coaches a month, make all bonuses every quarter. And then I stated all of my leaders to help them grow. Money, I won't go very deep into, but I want to give to my church 10% or more. See, self, I want to attend 1 live event, do 2 audios a week. I want to complete the Bob Hiley leadership training, and I'm going to do all of our new programs coming out. Things, I said less things and more impact. So that is to give you some examples. I mean, I would like a sauna, like a UV sauna in my gym, but like next year. You guys want to say anything or have thoughts on anything, you can always pop up. When you guys are done, maybe just write in the comments that you're done. Faye, yes, the training that I mentioned with Bob Hylake, he is like a leadership trainer for like network marketers. He has his own podcast and he does trainings just for anyone, really. He is having a training for leadership, I believe, in February, but there's a free one that I posted in our team page if you want to check it out and sign up for. I think you have to like go through a qualification for the leadership one in February and get on his wait list. So I'm not sure 100% about that. I just know I'm on a wait list and I'm signed up and he said he's going to open it up. But the one that I mentioned is for like newer coaches as well. So I would get on that and do that one. It's for free. He does all types of trainings, free ones to ones that you have to pay for. I'm talking about the one that you have to pay for and really be invested and put a lot of skin in the game. All right, I see that most of you guys have done this. Awesome, you are done. So what we are gonna do, you're gonna take one thing from each of these boxes or topics or just one of these from each one, and you're gonna put a little star next to the one that just speaks out to you. So like read through them real quick and see which one resonates with you, which would just be near and dear to your heart to just accomplish it or make happen, that just excites you and makes you smile. Just go ahead and do that real quick. Just pick one from each category. There should be 6. And we're going to take all of these 6, and you're going to get a blank piece of paper. You don't have to do this now because we'll be here all night, but this is your homework along with a couple other things that Jenny and Desiree are going to share. We just want to get your wheels turning and give you the foundation to grow this even more, because this isn't, you're not done after this. Like, this is the start of it, and this is homework to help you really craft a real vision for yourself, not just wish that you're throwing out there. Like, this is a concrete vision that you are crafting out right now, where you want to go, not just with Beachbody, but with your life, right? But in every area of your life. So you're going to take that blank piece of paper and you're going to write at the top the date a year from now. Okay. So that is 1/7, right? 2021, which is crazy to think about, but it's going to fly by, right? So you are going to, I think I forgot how to do this. You are going to take those 6 things and you are going to, at the top of the paper, you are going to title it, I am so incredibly happy and proud that I have accomplished all of these things, right? Transfer the 6 items from your initial worksheet onto the nice clean sheet. Write in the present tense. I have or I am doing, not I want or I wish, okay? So for me, what I did was I titled it that and I stated mine individually in sentences, kind of like a letter that I wrote to myself, right? And it got me choked up because a lot could happen in a year, right? And it really makes you think, but that's the goal of this letter, that you are basically going to write to yourself, and then you're going to put it away, and you are going to read this in a year, whether you achieve all of it or not, or some of them, you know that you at least worked on your way there, and you put heart into it, and you didn't give up. You know, this is the vision that you're gonna craft, and where you see yourself in a year. So example, I want to make X amount to take my kids to Disney, becomes I have saved to take my kids to Disney. So yeah, instead of I want to, it's going to be I have saved X amount. So I'll just share a little bit of mine with you. I am so incredibly proud and happy that I have accomplished elevating everything in my life that brings me joy. My big goal for this year is joy. I just want a lot of joy in everything that I'm doing. I am disconnected to connect with my precious girls on the daily from 3 to 8 p.m. and had 2 date nights a month with Justin. I am joyful. The more connected I am to the ones that I love the most. We have traveled to the NC coast to find our beach escape, where we can create memories filled with love, laughter, and connection for years to come and our future generations. I have expanded my business by 40 new coaches to help and add values to their life in health, fitness, confidence, grace, financial security, and community. I gave 10% or more to my church because I believe in their mission and the impact it's going to make in the next couple of years. Justin and I have saved and paid down our mortgage to enjoy life without stress later on. I have completed Bob Heilig's leadership training to serve better as a coach to those around me. I not going to read the last part, but less things, more impact. So that's just a little bit on my vision for this year. And my next crazy vision is 2 to 3 years and 10 years, which is just crazy. So I think Jenny is going to share with us next.
Can you guys hear me okay? Yes, no, yes, okay. My internet's been really, really weird, so I hope I don't freeze or get all glitchy. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of go backwards a little bit for a second. And I want you to, this is an activity that we did at a Tony Robbins event that I attended, and it was called the Dickens Process. And so if you know the Christmas Story by Charles Dickens, where he's visited by the 3 ghosts, the ghost of the past, the present, and the future, right? And this future looks terrible. He dies and there's no one at his funeral, no one cares, and the people that he was around and had the ability to love were miserable. And so what you do in this activity is, I want you to imagine that all those things that you wrote down, you take 0 action on them. 0. And then imagine yourself in a year from now. How does your family look? How do the people around you look? How do your finances look? How do you feel physically? Now imagine you continue to not take any action 2 to 3 years. What does that feel like? Is your family unit even still together? How do you feel on the inside? How do you look on the outside? What is your job like? What are the people around you like? And now imagine 5 years, still no action. 10 years, still no action. Guys, you have the ability in this moment to determine where you will be in 10 years, positive or negative. So the way that you were feeling as I was expressing, you take no action, you can completely do the exact opposite and have the most freeing and enlightening experience, because you wrote down goals and you're going to not just write them down and hope and dream they come true. You're going to start taking action on them. So if you start taking action today on these goals, where will you be in 2 to 3 years? If time and money were not an issue, where could you be in 2 to 3 years? So take a couple of seconds. What would your relationships look like? What would your marriage look like? What would your children look like? What would your coworkers look like? The community that you've created around you. What does that feel like in 2 to 3 years if you take action on the goals that you just wrote down? What travel have you got to do because you started to take action this year on those goals? In 2 to 3 years, where have you gone? What have you seen? Same thing with career or your education. What have you learned? What have you accomplished in those areas in 2 to 3 years because you're taking action now? And then if you continue to do that and your efforts continue to compound, 10 years from now, guys, where can you be? What does your marriage look like? What do your children look like? What do your coworkers, your community at church, or whatever you're involved in? What do those people feel when you walk in the room? What do your finances look like? Who are you able to bless ridiculously because you take action on these goals that you're setting tonight? Where have you traveled to? Who are the people you've gotten to meet? The experience and adventures you've gotten to go on because you're taking action tonight. So your homework, like Danielle said, is to write down, you're so happy you've accomplished this year these things. More of your homework is to go and say, where do I want to be in 10 years? What could that look like if time and money were not an issue? What would my life look like? And live in that moment. Like, close your eyes and what does it smell like? What are you wearing? Who's next to you? Really put yourself in an adventure that you want to be on 10 years from now. And then you guys, we get to work backwards from there. Okay, what do I have to be doing in 5 years to feel like I'm going to be there in 10? Where do I have to be in 2 years to feel like I can get to that 10-year goal? You already started to write down what you want to accomplish this year. So you've already started to do that part of the homework. And so the last part that I have to share with you is, guys, don't ever apologize for what you want to accomplish for your life. It doesn't have to compare to what Danielle shared with her life. Maybe you have no desire to own a beach home. I absolutely do, but maybe you don't have that vision or that dream for your life. Maybe you want to have, be able to pay for your parents' home when they retire. Like, one of my biggest things that motivates me is my dad works construction and he is 61 years old, 61. And he works so freaking hard. I want to be able to retire my dad more than I want to retire my husband. So what can you have? What sets your soul on fire? And don't apologize for it. It doesn't have to be what anyone else is motivated by for. Maybe you don't want to come home to your kids and be a full-time mom, and that's okay. Some of us just don't have that in us, and that's okay. But find that thing that sets your soul on fire. Don't apologize for it, and tap into that every single day. You can write on there, hey, I want to be making $2,000 by December with Beachbody. Okay, why? If you don't have that why, that soul connection to it, you're not going to do it on the days that you're puking your brains out or when your kids were incredibly crazy and you had to work late. If you don't have that soul connection to these goals, it's not going to happen. So homework, figure out, where do you want to be in 10 years? What would it look like if money, time weren't an issue at all? And why do you want to get there? Because that why, guys, is what's going to keep you going on the days that you don't feel like it, because there's going to be days you don't feel like it. Think about your health and fitness journey. There are days when you don't feel like doing the workout, but you know what you're going to feel like at the end of 100 workouts. You know what you're going to feel like at the end of 21 days. You know what you're going to feel like at the end of that one workout when you actually do it. I don't know if you're like me, but like that post-workout high, so good. And even on the workouts that I don't want to do it, sometimes it's even better on the workouts I didn't want to do it. So these goals are the same thing, guys. Live for that post-workout high. The post I've achieved that goal high. I've connected to what my soul gets set on fire by. I'm going to do it even in the moments I don't feel like doing it. So that's a little bit of what I have for you guys tonight. I think Des is going to kind of take it over and share with you a little bit of like what she did for her 2020 board. And yeah.
Yay. Okay, so I did this with my team the end of December, and we kind of had a party at my house and people came over from my community. So the point of a vision board is to have it in front of your face every single day. So the vision board should be graphics, but then you can do whatever you want for your goals, like the writing out, like Danielle's guiding you through. So I have all my goals, I don't know if you can see this, and we did like this pie chart thing of each category, kind of pretty much the same as what she listed out. So you need to have your visual pictures, because that kind of speaks more to us when we can see it in front of our face. But then you need to do, just like Jenny said, get very specific and amounts and dates. So I'm going to share my screen for a second, because if you're not putting a date next to it, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry. And they talk about that all the time at Summit. You have to, even if you don't hit your goal by that date, that's still totally fine, but at least you're attaching a date to your goal, because that does make you push harder. So I've been a coach for 5 years, and I've made 4 vision boards, and I keep them because I like to go back and see what I've done. So on mine for this past year, and I always get my daughter involved. So she helps me with some things, you know, that she wants and that we want to do as a family. I think that's really important. Can y'all see my screen? Yes, no, kind of?
Not yet.
Huh?
There it is. We
Okay.
see it now.
Okay, so these are ones, I always do it, I do mine in Canva. You can use Canva, you can use the apps, PhotoGrid, there's all sorts of apps you can make collages with. So if you've never done a vision board before, you can gather pictures, put them in a folder, you can upload them to all these things. So these are ones I've done in the past, and they get better as I grow and become a coach, because they get more personable and get, you know, like, this one was like, you know, 5-star in this big ginormous house and blah, blah, blah. Like, that's all good, but we also need to be realistic and put things, you know, within the year, because we want to do our 2020 board, not, you know, our 5-year board or whatever. So this is mine for this year. And so I wrote all my ideas down, and what I suggest you do, you can be super creative. So I know Jenny had a party at her house, and they made all these gorgeous poster boards. You can do that. You can do it on the computer. This is taking forever to load. So decide first, you know, that's your very first step. I'm kind of just going back to the basics if you've never made one, because I had several people that have never done one. So get really clear on your desire, just like Danielle said, what you want to do, and be very specific. So I always have my visual pictures, but then on the outskirts of my picture, I write down all my specific goals. Why is this not sharing? So I'm just going to keep talking while it's loading. You know, like 3 coaches a month, you know, break it down into even weekly and monthly goals too. That way you can see it and it's in front of you. So I write that down. You know, you want to make 500 a week. I'm going to listen to daily podcasts or read a book every month, things like that. You're in all those different topics, like your relationship should also be about yourself. Jenny brought this to our attention, like, do you ever do things for you? And we all kind of sat there and we were like, no, we don't. Like, you matter too. Like, maybe you need to get your nails done once a quarter or something. You know, you also have to think about yourself and take care of you. And you should be on your goal board. What is happening? There we go. Okay. So this is specific to me. And another thing I suggest is can you not see it? You can't? Why is it showing for me? Great day, y'all. What is happening?
Des, I don't know if it's for your share, but for me, it asks if I want to share the application I'm using or just my desktop. So if I just click on the application, it only show one that I worked on. If I share my desktop, then it shows whatever my screen's currently on. I don't know if that's the same issue you're having or not.
Yeah, like, can you drag it to the desktop and then enlarge it?
That's so weird, because I shared that other picture. Can y'all see it now? Good golly. That makes me so upset.
Yeah, I really want to see it.
Hold on, ladies. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing for a second. This is, you know, our lovely calls where you have technical difficulty. Okay, share. So weird. Do y'all see my screen?
Yes.
Yay!
No.
Oh, Danielle.
I think it's coming now. Lisa,
Okay.
I don't feel bad. I had technical difficulties.
Now?
Okay, perfect.
Yay! Thank you, Steph. Okay, so this is specific to me, obviously, in my goals, but I attach a date. So, and I also incorporated what I started doing last year. Take pictures of you, like your pictures. Don't, obviously you're going to get some pictures from Google, but I think it makes it so much more meaningful. So for example, you could take a picture of an area you want to move to, a car you want to drive, like go take a picture of that actual object. Maybe you want furniture for your living room. So to me, that makes it happen. So, like I got a picture of me and Paige, and we have a list of all the dates we want to do this year. We're doing foster care. So we have a list of stuff we want to do with that. These, dial in my nutrition. That's a big goal for me this year. All these different things that you want to attach a date to. So then you want to place that vision board somewhere. Like I said, you're going to see it every day. Mine's in my office. I cannot not see it. So you want to see it throughout the day. I'm reading my notes. Oh, make a mini one in a small notebook. I do this. I have it in my planner. So every time I open my planner, it's in there as well. Because that just gets you that much more excited about reaching your goals. So that's mine. So then what I did, like for this past year, if you're like me, like I'm a pen and pencil person, so I get excited for checking things off. Like every time we did a goal, within my family and stuff, I checked it off. So, we did our dates, I checked it off. We got to go on a trip, I checked it off. That just lets you have all your wins, and you're having success, and you should be celebrating the work you're doing. So to me, like, just like you cross off your workout days, like I feel so good when I cross off my days. It's the same thing with this. So have that where you can see it. Yeah, so I guess that's it. Just enjoy. It's supposed to be fun. This should be not stressful. I had a lady tell me, she came over, she's in a network marketing group that I'm in, and she came over to my house and never done one. And she said, this is so stressful. And I said, it shouldn't be stressful. It should be fun. You're dreaming. And I told my whole team, without a vision board, first of all, you're not going to remember what you want to accomplish. I know I don't. Without a vision board, you're not going to accomplish and reach those dreams. It should be fun, and it should make your life even that much more better because you're, reaching your dreams by working towards them. So I think that is it for me, Danielle.
Awesome. You guys are amazing. I think one thing too that I wanted to share closing is that I found, and even my pastor said it a couple of weeks ago, I don't know how it related to his message, but when you start walking in the direction that you want to go, you slowly become it, you attract it. And so it's awesome to do all this stuff and put it all on paper and make a beautiful board. I'm going to show you guys mine. I've done them for the past years 4, and I was going to do this. I'm going to do it tomorrow for 2020. But if you don't actually start walking and take action and go in that direction, it's going to be hard for things to happen, right? Just like putting out good vibes and good energy, you start to attract it. The same is with this. You got to walk in that direction, and you slowly become the things that you want in your life, right? So take action. That's the biggest thing. But yeah, I'm about to achieve one more board for 2020. I missed 2017. It was a crazy year with adding a 3rd baby. So I kicked myself. I didn't do 2017. But majority of the things I'd say from last year doing this board, we paid off our last car last year. That was something we wanted to get rid of debt so that we could save that money. Like majority of these things with just podcasts and getting involved at church. And I did what you did, Des. I checked it off. Date night once a month, save. And then we hit last year, which was crazy, combined $1 million in both of our accounts, which is the biggest thing I think has ever happened in our life as far as a business goal, which was mind blowing. All these trips that I wrote down came true. The only thing that didn't come true was a rank goal that I set for myself. These ranks just never happened for me for some reason, but then everything else happened. So I'm still going to keep setting those rank goals and still going to work towards it. That doesn't mean I'm a failure, but I'm going to achieve other things along the way. But guys, there's power in visualizing your goals. There's power in walking towards it. Pray on it, meditate on it, give it to God. And I really do believe big things can happen for this year, but you got to believe it, because if you don't believe it, it's not going to happen. None of it. So believe it truly that it can happen. And I do think it will, if it is the right plan for you. So I hope this call has helped y'all. I hope you have a great night, and I'm just excited to see what 2020 has in store. Bye, guys. Wait, we need a picture. Let me take one. All right, cheese. Yay, superstars I'm looking at. Good night, guys.